Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the support that you've given me, guys, for the videos that I've uploaded so far. To the return subscribers, welcome back. Thank you for always coming back to this channel. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and to those who have not subscribed yet, please just press that subscribe button. Now, based on the past video that I uploaded, which was about breastfeeding, I decided to do another video that is along those lines, because I see that it got a lot of interactions even on Facebook. I got a lot of questions, even on the video itself. I got a question, I got some questions, so I thought maybe I should do another video that's speaking more about birthing. So I'm going to be speaking about VBAC today. And then if you're wondering what a VBAC is, it's a vaginal birth after cesarean. So after you've had one cesarean, then if you want to try a natural birth again, it's called a VBAC. So I'm going to be talking about that today. First of all, I'm going to be talking about the risks of a VBAC, that being obviously a uterine a uterine rupture. So now that is when your previous cesarean scar might open, but chances of that happening are like only like 1%, especially if you've had one cesarean. Now if you've had two cesarean, which in my opinion is okay, first of all, before I get into the nitty-gritties, I see I just jumped on it. I just want to say that please do your own research as well. I'm doing this video according to the research that I've done and according to my experience, because I attempted a VBAC about 2 years ago. So that's why I thought I should just speak about it and tell you guys what it's about. Okay, so where was I? The risk of a VBAC. The risk of a VBAC is obviously a uterine rupture. So now that is when your previous cesarean scar maybe attempts to might actually rupture or open. Now that is very dangerous, and I think maybe you can just do your own research and go into the details on what is it really and how is it dangerous. But the chances of that happening are like 1%. So you have 99% chances of having a successful vaginal birth after having a cesarean. The 1% chance is like what could go wrong. And then the candidates of who, or maybe if you, how can I say this, if you qualify for doing a VBAC, then I would, research says that it's people who've done a maximum of 2 cesareans. So if it's like that, then they call it a VBAC 2C. Now I know a lot of people who've had a successful VBAC even after having 2 cesareans. One of them is Oluwetuli Shabane. You can go on her Instagram, or you can just Google her. I'm sure you'll find her. And also another person that I know is, I personally know, is my doula, who was taking me through my VBAC journey, who helped me through my VBAC journey. And also Ndombi, I forgot her surname. She used to be a DJ at Metro FM, and she also presents Jola 99 here and there. So those 3 people I know, they had successful VBACs after 2 cesareans. But I can say that a lot of gynaes don't really, if you're gonna go the gynae route, they don't really support vaginal birth after 2 cesareans, because then the risk of the uterine rupture is higher. But it's not really like high, it's not like 50%. The risk is like, it increases like 3%, if I'm not mistaken, if you've had 2 Caesars. Then if you've had 3 cesarean, 4 cesarean, I would personally not go that route. From what I hear, even I think you're not even supposed to surpass 3 cesareans, if I'm not mistaken. But I think if maybe you've had 3 cesareans, then I would really say, like, don't take the risk, just go for another cesarean, no problem. So yeah, I was actually on about I was actually talking about the candidates of this type of vaginal birth. So it's so if you've had, let's say, a surgery before to remove fibroids, research says that you are not a candidate, but you can still do your research. You can still consult and ask about it. And also, if you've had a uterine rupture before, because apparently sometimes a uterine rupture happens like even when you haven't had a cesarean before, because sometimes apparently some uteruses are very thin naturally, so it happens that they rupture. So if you've had a uterine rupture before, then a VBAC is really not recommended for you. And then if you also are a high risk pregnancy person, if you have got high blood pressure problems, if you've got what is that, I think it's I actually forgot what it is. But if you are a high risk person, if you are a high risk pregnancy person, then you are not a candidate for a VBAC, because yeah, you're a high risk. And then if you've had a successful vaginal birth before, let's say your first baby, you had a good vaginal birth, no problems, no complications in your pregnancy, then you're a good candidate. And then maybe the next pregnancy you've had a cesarean, then you want to have baby number 3, you can still go for a VBAC. You'll definitely have a successful VBAC, so you're a good candidate for that. So I'm gonna jump into my story now. So I attempted to have a VBAC about 2 years ago with my second and hopefully last baby. I attempted to have a VBAC, so obviously I did my research first. The thing that I did for research is that I joined a Facebook group. The Facebook group is called VBAC in SA. Those ladies really okay. So there's gynaes in that group. My gynae is also in that group. And then you also have midwives in that group, and you've got a lot of women who've had successful VBACs or who are walking the VBAC journey, who are there to give you advice and who are there to support each other. I actually made quite a number of friends from that group who I still speak to today. So I joined that group on Facebook, and if ever I have a question, if ever I have a fear, if I'm getting cold feet, then I'd run to that group, and then I post whatever I need to post, and then I'd be given advice and so on. And then I found myself a gynae who supports this kind of how can I put this? Who supports VBAC. I'm not gonna really name anyone because I didn't talk to anyone before I'm gonna make this video. So if you want to know who I went for or who I recommend, then maybe you can just PM me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, whatever. Then I'll give you the information of the people that I used or the people that I know that are good. So I first of all did a research on finding the correct gynae to support, who supports natural births and who has a record of having successful VBACs. Because some gynaes, if you're gonna go the gynae route, some gynaes don't, they say that they do support a VBAC, yeah, no problem, fine, let's go for it. And then down the line, then I don't know, maybe they get cold feet, I'm not sure, then they tell you that they don't really support. So just have a person with a track record, a person that has been used by a person before and has had a successful VBAC, has delivered a baby successfully who was a VBAC. I think then go for that person. Don't just go for a person who you don't have a track record of or you don't know of. So with me, I did my research. I found a gynae, I found a doula, and I even consulted a midwife. The reason why I didn't go for the midwife route was because my husband was not comfortable with that. You know, I had to also respect his wishes because, well, it was his child as well. As much as it was my body, but it was his child that I was carrying, so I also had to support his wishes. So then I went for the gynae route, but then for me it worked out really at the end but I'll tell you the story much later. So I went to consult a midwife just to get more information on what's happening, like how it's done, just to make sure that I've got good research. And then I had a doula. So a doula is just a friend who's just gonna support you throughout your pregnancy, basically, and who is there during births. Right now, since it's the pandemic, I think doulas are not allowed in hospitals and in birthing rooms, because even like fathers, they're not allowed in birthing rooms. So, but I'm sure things will go back to normal. So yeah, I found myself a doula, and my doula actually had a successful vaginal birth after cesarean. She had 2 cesareans, and then after that she had a successful birth. She actually gave birth again last year. It was her second VBAC. So she took me through the journey. She encouraged me, we met up, we would chat. Maybe if I had fears, or maybe the baby's not moving, or maybe I was getting cold feet, she would support me. And she was really educated about the journey that I was taking. So she really helped me with the information on that as well. And like I said, I also consulted a midwife and asked her, the risk, and she really also encouraged me. But unfortunately for me, my VBAC was not a success, because I'm actually not even sure why yet, but I was in labor for literally 24 hours. Not even sure why. I'm not 100% sure why my labor stalled, but my labor stalled even after I was like in birth back for 24 hours. Excuse me, my labor would stop, then it would continue, and then it eventually stopped for like very long hours. I stopped at 5 centimeters. I was 5 centimeter dilated when my birth stopped. It's the same thing that happened with my first child as well. That's the reason why I had a VBAC. But with my first child as well, it was just a lot to do with the gynae not really supporting, not really being up for, let me just put it like this, maybe not really having the patience for a natural birth. And he just had his own stories. But yeah, that's a story for another day. So my birth stalled for a few hours, and then my gynae was like, she's not comfortable anymore, maybe we should just go for a cesarean, because now things have stopped and stuff. So that's why I had another cesarean. But my doula was there holding my hand all the time, encouraging me. And it turns out at the end that my baby was really big. She was about 4.5. So I think not I think my, what do you call this? But I think it's my birth canal or my uterus was too small, just there. But yeah, basically I guess then I was just too small for the baby. I'm a very petite person, but I think maybe that's not even a problem really, because I don't know how my body carries a big baby, but then at the end of the day, I can't really push the baby out. But yeah, I think maybe someday I'll understand. I still don't understand why actually my labors normally stale. If you're here and you're a first-time mom, I would really recommend that you go for the midwife route. I'm not even 100% sure why women actually stopped going to midwives and just went directly to gynaes. Because midwives first of all, midwives are much cheaper than gynaes. Okay, you even if you go for a midwife, you need to have a backup gynae in case you need to do a C-section, right? But midwives are also equipped, and they have all the equipment that they normally have in hospitals. If the midwife is not working in hospital, if the midwife have private practices, like the midwife that I consulted, and also the midwives in Genesis hospitals in Gauteng. I know that those people, they also have the correct equipment for if maybe you need an emergency cesarean or something happens during that time. They are able to see that, and then they are able to act quickly so that you can get the help you need. So if I would go back, I would I would really use a midwife as opposed to a gynae. I would just go to gynae as a backup, because even sometimes like the amount that you pay for gynaes is like really high. And then a midwife consultant, I remember I think I paid like 600 rands. That's including the scan. And then with a gynae, I think I paid like 3 times more than that, because I was a VBAC candidate. So yeah, she just charged separately for that. So yeah, if I would go back, really I would just go the midwife route, and I wouldn't and I would use the gynae as a backup, because midwives are like, and even the way midwives do the whole birthing thing, I think it's really cool. First of all, in hospitals you are stuck in a bed and with that hideous painful belt around your belly that monitors the heart of the baby all the time. Midwives also have that belt, but I think you also have the freedom to move. If the pain of birthing wants you to hold on to a window, then you can freely go to and hold on to a window. And then they also have water births, you know, water, how can I put this? Warm water actually acts as some sort of epidural. It actually calms down the birthing pains, and really it makes things a little more easier. And I think you're more free to express yourself. And another thing is that they are there from the beginning until the end, unlike your gynae who's just there for the glory, like, okay, when it's time to push, you need to call me. So in the hospital, you're just with the nurses, right? So the midwives are there from the beginning until the very end. They are just supporting you, holding your hand. And yeah, so if I were to start all over again and have babies, I would definitely go for the midwife route. And I'm a person who likes things to happen naturally. I'm like a natural person. I just like things going naturally. I don't like a lot of interventions. Same thing with my birthings. The less interventions, the better for me. So I think if I were to start all over again, I would really go and consult. I would really go the midwife route instead of the gynae, and just have the gynae as backup in case something goes wrong. About midwives is that they are also highly skilled and highly educated, just like gynaes are. They're able to detect danger if danger comes. They're able to detect problems before they come. So if something happens, then they're able to detect it very quickly. And I think the midwife environment, unlike the hospital environment, is a very relaxed environment. If you would like candles, maybe if you want candles lit up in your birthing room, you can have that with your midwife. They like candles for you. If you want certain music, there's music for you. If you want a massage and your doula is there, the doula can massage you. So it's really, to me, like really it's wonderful. I would honestly go for a midwife as opposed to a gynae. And then if I were to fall pregnant again, I am not sure if I would actually attempt a VBAC after 2 cesareans. I am still a candidate, I know, but I'm not sure if I'd go that route, because like I said before, both of my labors, they stalled at some point, and I'm still not 100% sure why that happened. So, and you know, the whole birthing experience of being in labor for 24 hours, and the next thing you're going for a cesarean. That happened twice to me. Next thing you're going for a cesarean, so you in like double pain, you feel double pain. And the emotions after that, you know, the feeling of, oh, why couldn't I give birth? To me, it's very emotionally taxing, so I wouldn't go that route. No, I don't think I actually have the energy to go that route again. I think I'll just go for a cesarean if I were to have another baby. Okay, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And yeah, if you've got any more questions, you can PM me, especially on the midwives that I use and the doula that I use. And they are all based in Gauteng. Please note that. you can DM me, you can comment below. I'll give you their details if you're interested in them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was educational, and if you want me to speak on a subject that's got to do with birthing and so on, maybe you can also comment down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button. I'll see you later again, guys, or I'll see you another time. I'm not done. I just want me to find it.